Hello, everybody. It's Christy-Faith. Hello. Come on in. Hi. It's my weekly live. We're going to talk about homeschooling. Hi, everybody. Come on in. How are you today? I can't wait. I have a couple things prepared today because I want to talk about 7 incredible benefits of homeschooling. So come on in and we'll start talking about them. Hi, everybody. Hello, welcome. We're going to talk about some benefits of homeschooling, and I really want to encourage you guys today because if you are feeling like me, it's kind of like the charm of homeschooling this year has worn off. Is that you? It's certainly me. Hold on. Get a cup of coffee. Look at this major lipstick situation here. But you know what? I like lipstick. So this has caffeine. Grab a cup of coffee and come join me. I just want to encourage you today in your homeschooling. You guys might be feeling a little bit burnt out. The holidays are beginning. I hope you're not starting to stress out. I'm going to start doing some content on how to survive the holidays homeschooling. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Come on in. I'm glad you're here. Ask your homeschooling questions. I want to just encourage you today because this is the time of year where we are feeling a little bit burnt out. Do any of you have curriculum that you thought was going to be incredible and it is not working? I do. We cut something out completely this week. Do you guys, are there any struggles with relationships in your home right now? If you're a brand new homeschooler and you're like, wait a minute, my kids are bickering all the time and fighting. What do I do? Has that been you? Hello. Hi, everybody. Come on in. Yeah, let me know what your struggles are. It's October. We're a couple months into our school year. Things can get a little, oh yeah, look at you. Yes, Joy Wired. I incorporate the holidays into my curriculum too. I love it. In fact, to the extent where I actually stop a lot of stuff so that I can do fun Christmas stuff. I am creating right now, it's almost done, a study guide for our favorite Christmas book that I'm going to make available for you guys because I don't even do our normal literature reading during the month of December. We do everything Christmas, and I'm going to do some TikToks on how I manage the holidays because I feel like a lot of times, especially now that Halloween is about to be here and we're just going to go full force, I feel like what happens to a lot of us is we keep all of our same commitments and then we add in all this holiday stuff. And it goes way too fast. We can't savor the moments. And 2, it's like I want to just stop and enjoy the holidays with my kids. One of the reasons why I homeschool is because I want to create memories. And so I'm going to be doing some content on how to do that while you're homeschooling. It involves slashing stuff though. Trigger warning, because for those of you who are freaked out all the time about, I'm not doing enough. One of the things is that I really have a general rule in my own homeschool that I don't add anything in if I don't cut something else out. But I'm going to coach you guys on how to do that. Hi, yeah, do you have a question?
We do. Bailey Powell.
Hi, Bailey.
How do I handle my friends and family telling me I need to put my son into public school?
Yes. You know what? That is such a real challenge. How do you manage unsupportive friends and family? I'm going to give you my short answer, and then you can email me if you want more, okay? My short answer, just for live here, is that you really got to put your family members, each one, into one of 2 categories. Are they on life's growth plan, where they're actually legitimately concerned? And if you explain things to them and maybe gave them books or whatever, they would probably come around and end up being a cheerleader for homeschooling. Are they in that category? Or are they in more of the unteachable, maybe narcissistic category where there is nothing that you could say, do, there's nothing your kid could say, do, or be impressive or anything that would change their mind regarding homeschooling because their ideas are set in stone? For people over there, and we all have them, okay? We all have them. You just have to set healthy boundaries. And sometimes those boundaries are, you know what, we're just not going to be talking about homeschooling. This is the right decision for my family. And I think it's best if we keep that conversation off limits and just let them judge. Here's the thing about setting boundaries. I don't know if you guys have ever bought that book called Boundaries. It's really good. And actually, Boundaries for Kids is one of my favorite parenting books, because it teaches you how to set it for your kids and have your kids, you want your kids to set healthy boundaries too. The thing about boundaries is I believe they're an act of love, because they're a way to salvage relationships that are maybe not unhealthy, so that you're not constantly violated by those relationships and by abusive people. So that's what I do. That's the short answer, is I kind of decide, okay, where is this person right now? Are they kind of in that unteachable where I just have to set loving boundaries? Or are they over here where, oh man, maybe they need to binge watch Christy's TikToks or something. Then, or read some books, read some John Taylor Gatto or something like that. On my Amazon store, you guys, I have recommended parent readings. So go check that out. And then those are books that I would recommend to send to people or whatever. Do we have any more questions?
Yeah.
Okay. Grab your coffee, you guys. I want to encourage you today. We have the Octobers. I call it the Octobers. It's in homeschooling. It's just October and we're kind of burnt out. Maybe some curriculum's not working out. Ooh, if you have curriculum that's not working out right now, let us know. Let us know. Let's try to encourage you.
Millennial Mama. I really
Hi,
want
Millennial
to
Mama.
homeschool, but I have no idea where to start.
Okay. Millennial Mama, look at me. Look at me. I have a 26 page. I printed it out. This is 26 pages and it's free. And you get it right on my link tree. This is how you start. This is all you have to do to start your one step. In here are 6 steps. Just start there and then email me. Okay? Email me.
Oh, we got some really sweet people.
We have sweet people.
You
know, I could kind of use a little encouragement today.
Denelda Housing.
I put on the bright lipstick to just feel a little bit more energetic. I'm on a 40-day sugar fast, and I have a week left, and it's getting hard. It's getting hard. So in here is just cream and caffeine.
Denelda Housing, I have learned so much from you. Thank you.
Danelle, you are so sweet. Danelle, will you email me? There's something I want to invite you to.
Not my best self. I love your face. You help me more than words can say.
That is so sweet. Will you help me? Okay, wait. Let's talk. Okay, you guys, let's talk about something. Just us for a second, okay? Because I think we're still a small group up to this point because we're just beginning the live. Okay, so here's my issue with being on social media. This is just personal, okay? If you guys want to I'm going to open up. One thing that's really hard for me is I try to make really encouraging educational content every day for homeschooling, and I love doing it. By the way, I do that. It's free. Like, it takes hours and hours and hours a week, but I don't get paid for that. The problem with the lives, which I'm so glad you're here, is that I don't know your face. I don't know that your kids' names. I don't know what kind of homeschooler you are. And so people have been asking me to start like oh, and then the other thing is I do consultations, but my consultations take so many hours. They take like 3 to 4 hours outside of the actual hour-long consultation because that's who I am. I take them very seriously. If a mom is asking me curriculum recommendations, I'm not just going to throw out stuff. I'm going to actually try to find the fit. And that takes time. But one of the shortcomings of like a live like this is that I don't really know you. And so people have been asking me like, hey, Christy, will you like have a membership where we actually know you and we know each other and you can give, special content. And so it's something that Scott and I have been kicking around, a way to make mentoring and community really, really affordable. Like, we'll have live Zooms regularly. We'll have units like in February, we would definitely have a burnout unit, right? And then at the beginning of the year, we'd have like a kickoff your year, start off. Anyway, if being in community with me and being able to get to know each other is something, and you being mentored and me too, like all of us being in community together, if that's something that interests you, will you email me? It's not something it would be like a invite only thing first. I'm not going to open it up. I just want to like bounce ideas off like a small group in the beginning and ask you guys, what do you want? What would you need from this group? And then we would kind of formulate the group together. So if that's something that interests you, will you email me? Like, even stop this live and just run and email me and say, I'm interested in the group. What are you thinking? Please do that, because one, I won't really do it unless there's interest. And I have lots of ideas, but my thing is, here's my thing. I feel like it's so important that and something that I really want to do is I want to make homeschooling easier for everyone and life-giving. I don't want to be adding to your life and giving you another thing to do. So like, if I even made a group, it would literally be like, I would stop at nothing to make this group be like your lifeline or your breath of fresh air for the day, or you logged in and wow, homeschooling just got that much easier because of Christy's, the tip that she shared today or whatever. So anyway, I don't want to go on and on and on, but if that's something that interests you, please email me, and then I will invite you in on, and we'll email back and forth conversations about what you would want out of that. Okay? Yes.
Brown-eyed mom of 3. Love you, Christy.
Hi, Lori! Lori. Happy birthday. Can everyone say happy birthday to Lori? What'd you do for your birthday, girl? It was yesterday, right? Do you guys follow Brown-Eyed Mom? Hi, sweetie. Oh, I love you so much. Happy birthday to Lori. What are you doing today? Okay, go ahead. Next question.
God's Property 81. Thoughts on homeschooling?
Thoughts on homeschooling? That it's awesome.
I'm sorry, unschooling.
Oh, unschooling.
My apologies.
Thoughts on homeschooling? Well, it's great. Okay, unschooling is one of the 6 homeschooling styles. If you're really interested in learning about unschooling, I would read Peter Gray. And it's a really great, all of the homeschooling styles have wonderful things about them. And so something that I love about unschooling is how it is interest-led. So just yesterday, we had our first snow. I live in Colorado, and we had our first snow, and it's just so exciting. And my kids were running, and they're getting the black construction paper. And then one of my little one was like, I need a microscope, because they wanted to look at the snowflakes under the microscope before they melted. And then I remembered that I had the book Snowflake Bentley. And so we kind of like ditched school and did our entire school day, history, math, science, everything, just on snow and snowflakes, because they were interested. So rather than like if they were in public school and it snowed and they have interest in snow and like, oh, why are no 2 snowflakes the same? Or what exactly makes snow? What is the precipitation? Like, what makes that? So in public school, you can't do that. You don't have the freedom. You have to just do the curriculum and move on regardless of students' interest. And so something that I love about that being a priority in unschooling is the interest-led aspect. And so we grabbed Snowflake Bentley. I have other books on snow, but I just wanted to keep it simple. And we read that book together, and then we cut out snowflakes and stuff like that. So we just had the best time. So those are my thoughts on unschooling. It's one of the 6 styles, and it's great.
We have Britt Nest in Colorado as well. We have...
Where are you in Colorado?
Megan Yantis from Colorado.
Hi, Megan. You're in Colorado, too. Tell me where.
Megan Yantis asked, where's the email we need to send for interest in small groups?
Yeah, it's in my link tree. And kind of my vision is that we'd be in this main community group, but each month is going to be some sort of a thematic training. Like my vision is February we'll have Zooms on burnout. Like what to do when you're feeling burnt out. We can have a whole month just on sibling rivalry. We can have another month on planning your year. We would probably do that in July. And so every month we're going to have kind of live Zoom trainings. This is my vision at least, but I want to ask you guys and I want to email back and forth what you would love in addition to community, but also a lot of the offerings that are going to be coming forward that I'm going to be charging for. Like I have a Christmas literature guide coming out. I want to offer those for free in the group too. So that's kind of those are my thoughts. So yeah, in my link tree, if you are interested in being in community with me, which I am interested in being in community with you, because one of the things that frustrates me about these lives is that I don't actually know you. I don't know your kids' names. I don't know what you struggle with. Do you have ADHD? Do your kids? You know what I mean? But when you're in community together and chatting all of the time, we know each other. We know each other's faces. Well, you already know my face, but I don't know yours, and I want to. So, and it's like, you know, the consultations are great and I love doing them, but they're really pricey because I have to invest about 4 hours of my time for every consultation. And so I was like racking my brain, like, how can I help more moms and make it super affordable? So anyway, email me. It's in my link tree. Just do that right now before you forget. And my main priority, if I do this, is that it has to make homeschooling easier. It has to take something off your plate, right? Because I feel like with homeschooling, there's so many resources. It's like drinking from a fire hose. Like, there's too much. Like, we need to simplify. That would be another month theme. How to simplify your homeschool. How to manage, if you have little toddlers, like how to manage your little toddlers while you're trying to homeschool your older ones. So like every month we would have a theme, and not every theme would pertain to you, but a lot of them would.
Yeah. Okay. Tons of questions. We're going to do our best to get to.
Okay. Lots and lots of questions. Great. Okay. Homeschooling questions. Let's go.
Katie Pineda.
Hi, Katie.
Did you choose to homeschool before your child started school or after?
Before. My kids have never been in school. Yes. I had my deconstruction when my firstborn, shortly after he was born, and I started thinking about school. That's when my deconstruction came.
Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
Parker! I'm struggling keeping a log of my 172 days for 4 hours.
Oh, Kelly from Parker.
Ideas? We don't do 4 hours of curriculum.
Kelly. My Colorado moms. Email me. Yeah, okay. Did you bake? We baked spider cookies yesterday. My kids were measuring. That counts. Will you email me? Yeah, so in Colorado, you guys, they require 4 hours a day and they require 172 days a year. Are you using an umbrella? I use an umbrella, Kelly. So I report to my umbrella school. Let's talk about how to report in Colorado. I know Colorado really well. I don't know your state if you guys are coming from different states, but this is what I will say about when a state says you need to do a certain amount of hours per day, you really need to consider what those hours are, okay? So like, for example, if you have an afternoon where you're ice skating with friends, that is PE. Now think about it this way too. Say you're doing that ice skating and you're doing it for 2 hours, but then you had school all morning, right? You had maybe 4 hours of school and then 2 hours of ice skating. You can spread those hours out. Like mentally. Say you're baking cookies or doing whatever. It doesn't have to be like each and every day. And what you will realize is most of what you are doing is school. If you're going on a nature walk, if you're at a co-op. Oh, I was once at a co-op that was a full day co-op. To me, I counted that as 2 days worth of hours, right? If it's an 8 hour, if you're gone, well, it wasn't quite 8 hours, but I think it was about a 6 hour co-op. So that was like 4 hours for one day. So you just average it out, and you do not have to report your hours in Colorado, by the way. You do not have to report your hours, like account for each and every hour. In most states, you don't. You just have to keep in mind, and then have regular things in a file so that if anyone knocked at your door, but we wouldn't open our doors, would we? Unless they're doing that legally, right? Okay.
Yeah, tons of questions.
Okay, any brand new moms here considering homeschooling? If you are considering homeschooling, go to my link tree. This is 26 pages. It's not one of those lame-o freebies. I don't do those. I don't believe in those lame-o freebies because I think they're manipulative. I am not manipulative. So here is a 26-page how to homeschool guide. Grab it. Okay, it even goes through, if you guys are if you have been homeschooling and you want to know what loop scheduling is, I actually put it in there because I think it's one of the secrets to homeschooling. It's a process of scheduling called loop scheduling, and I put it in that guide. So even if you are a veteran homeschool mom who doesn't know about loop scheduling, grab the guide as well. Yeah, okay, questions.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that was one for Mama for Us. She wants to start up.
Yes, good.
Liskew. You have made homeschooling exciting and motivating for us. We started homeschooling in August.
Yay! Awesome. I love it. I hope you email me. I hope you're interested in maybe joining a group. Okay.
Lily Fox, love that guide.
You love my guide? You guys, okay, wait. Can we talk about it for a second? Can we talk? Okay. Wait, it's really pretty. Look. Okay, so this is the thing about me, you guys, is like, I don't know, I just can't be professional. Like, look, I'm all dressed fancy. Look how pretty. Look at the graphics. Wait, there's like botanicals. Okay, forget what's in the guide. I just want to show you how beautiful. Like, look at these watercolors. Anyway, there's 6 steps. Thank you for complimenting the guide, because I was like, I had this vision for making it beautiful. I want homeschooling to be beautiful. I want resources to be beautiful. It really is a beautiful life, isn't it?
Leaf, Wind, and Soar. I love our loop. Thank you for the consult. It was super helpful. Homeschool Dad.
Oh, yay! Oh, hi, you're here. Good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you're still benefiting from our consult. I remember you. Yay! And dads are welcome too in the group. Okay.
Catherine Wood had I don't know if she wants to talk about it constructively or not. I was homeschooled. There's no way I would do that to my kid. Lord. Christian curriculum too. It was terrible.
Oh, okay. I am so, is it Catherine? I am so sorry that you had a negative homeschool experience. I am so sorry. I can assure you that most of us, and I don't know your personal experience, I can assure you that most parents, the studies even show this, that we're homeschooling because we think it's the best thing for our kids. And there are a lot of reasons why people homeschool, and they're not always religious reasons. And they're not reasons, they're not like to shelter our kids or to indoctrinate our kids. There are a lot of kids out there who are special needs, for example, and the system is completely failing them. There are a lot of kids who are bullied beyond to the point of absolute trauma, and the moms are desperate to get their kids into a safe environment, and they can't afford a private school. So there are a lot of I'm glad you're in here. I'm glad you shared your experience with homeschooling, and I am so sorry. What I can say is that there are unfortunate circumstances for all children growing up, regardless of how they are raised in traditional schools, private schools, or homeschools. There are just unhealthy parents. And it's really, really awful. And I do not condone any form of educational neglect or, of course, child blank. I don't think I can say the word. We do not condone that in any way, shape, or form. And I hope your experience was just negative and that you weren't a victim. But anyway, I'm glad that you're here, and I hope you stay because I want you to maybe see a different side, that we really want what's best for our kids, and we are striving to do that and even give them incredible social lives. So I'm glad you're here. Everybody give her a hug, because you know what? When people come in and comment like that, they've been hurt.
Shay Bloom says, I'm not religious and I homeschool my girls to give them more life experiences.
Yes, more life experiences. Some people homeschooled merely to do better academics. A lot of people, we used to homeschool kids who were professional athletes and professional actors. That's another reason to homeschool, because they needed time to go to auditions and train and stuff like that. There are so many reasons why parents homeschool. And what's great is the more types of parents who are homeschooling, the more resources that are going to be available to us.
Diary of Jane says, hey, Christy.
Hi, Diary of Jane. Do I know you? Hey, when you guys email me, tell me your handle so that I can connect the dots in my head. Like, give me your first name and your handle.
Rhino Roselle, my husband hasn't agreed to homeschool our oldest yet, but you are helping me prepare.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I appreciate that so much. Yeah, I hope I'm encouraging you guys, and the statistics are in our favor. Socially, homeschoolers are statistically doing way better than our kids in conventional schools. You know, our conventional school system is about 150 years old. It still is considered quite an experiment, and it is failing. It really is. It's failing our kids. And more and more people are seeing it. I feel like the panorama really showed parents how massive the failure was, and like, wait a minute, I can totally do this better, and we can totally still have friends and all the things and activities and everything. So yeah.
Diary of Jane says, yes, I'm Jane, the unschooling autistic mom with autistic kids.
Oh, hi Jane. I'm so glad you're here. Good.
Yes. So we have Ann Taylor 313. I'm homeschooling. How do your teenagers get a GED?
Okay, so do you want to go the GED route? Because you don't need to. So nowhere in the United States law does a homeschooler need an accredited diploma. It's a myth that people think. You do not need a transcript from an accredited school. You can choose to go the route of a GED, but you don't have to. You can hire people. Not hire people. Sorry, that's the wrong. You can hire people to help you with your transcript. But for example, HSLDA has a program that helps you walk your homeschooling, your high schooler through making sure that they have the requirements for college if your student is college bound. So yeah, we simply homeschoolers make our own transcripts. What's really important, we used to do a lot of college advisement and SAT prep and all the things for high schoolers. In fact, I worked more with upper level kids than lower in my career. What's really important, I give the same advice to homeschoolers that I would give my parents that were coming to me for advisement for college admissions, and that is you work backwards. So you want to know your child's interests, maybe the direction of a career based, not that you have to know like you're going to be this, but are they more bent to the sciences? Are they more bent to the humanities? Do you see them being, what do you see in their future? Then you want to kind of look at colleges that are the best fit for them and that particular career. And then you look at those schools' requirements. And then you make sure you work backwards and make sure that your homeschool has those requirements. And this is just basic how to do it. And you will be making your own transcripts. You do not need transcripts from an accredited school to go to college. It is a huge myth. In fact, colleges are recruiting homeschoolers at rates they never have before. Homeschoolers complete college at a higher rate than non-homeschoolers. They are engaged learners. They don't quit college early. Colleges love homeschoolers, and that's only going to increase.
Yeah.
Did I answer all the college questions?
Stephanie Tor 20. I started October 2021. She is so much happier and free and so freaking smart. Her only struggle is math. So freaking smart. Yes, I love that. And her only struggle is math. Fine. So she's not gonna go to MIT or whatever. Yeah, you find the other fits for her and she will be absolutely fine. So yeah, be encouraged. Actually, you guys, I'm gonna start making content on test prep. Many of you guys don't know that that was a large part of our business for 20 years. People paid us a lot of money for test prep. And there are some major pitfalls when it comes to test prep that I am realizing after being on this app for a while that I really want to make aware for parents. So keep in touch if you have high schoolers, keep in touch for some test prep content. So I was just planning that today. First year homeschooling my 5 kids. Glad we took the leap, but it's very overwhelming. Just got your guide. Thank you. That's Riggin Party of 7. Riggin Party of 7. Can we all tap the screen to give her hugs? She went cold turkey, going from 0 to homeschooling 5 kids. You deserve a hug. You deserve, I don't know, a facial, whatever is life-giving to you. But no, I think that your choice is incredible that you're asking for advice. But anyone else on here who kind of went cold turkey homeschooling multiple kids, I think the most important piece of advice that I was given with homeschooling was be on the growth plan with your parenting, because so much of having a successful homeschool is having kids that are in harmony with each other and with you, and that there is respect for each other and parenting in your home and stuff like that. If growing in your parenting is something that it is maybe on your list where you want to grow in that area, it will only make homeschooling easier for you. My favorite parenting book is called Boundaries with Kids. You can get it on my Amazon store, but you don't have to get it on my Amazon store. You can get it just on Amazon. But anyway, if that's just something, it was a great piece of advice that I was given, and I'm so thankful. I always make sure that I'm working on my parenting. And also, our kids go into different phases. Like, junior high is quite a thing. I had to read up again, right? Like, I kind of figured out the elementary years as much as I could, and now I'm in, the junior high phase. So, yeah, be encouraged with that. And that's something that I also want to do in our group is the monthly themes is like sibling rivalry, or have a whole month just on parenting, maybe we'll even do some book clubs. So email me if that's something that interests you, and then we'll brainstorm back and forth with ideas. Okay.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And if you want to hear what I'm talking about, just ask in the comments and I can talk about it again.
There's so many questions.
So many questions.
We can't get to all of them, which is another reason.
Okay, so this is the other thing, because Scott, after every live, he's like, we can't get to all the questions. If we had a group, we would be able to get to all your questions. So if you are interested in being in community with me and other non-judgmental moms and dads, email me, let me know, give me your handle, let me know you're interested in a group. I'm not going to make a group unless there's a lot of interest. And then what I want to do is, in the beginning, I just want to have like a core group that's like the founder group, where we're brainstorming together what it should look like. And then I just need to do it right. I want to do it right by you. But lives are falling short, consultations are falling short because not everyone can afford one, and I'm desperate to help more moms. And I also want to know you. I want to know you. I want to know your kids' names. I want to know what you're struggling with. I want to be able to check back with you after a week. Like, hey, did you try this one strategy? How did it go? You can't do that on the lives. So that's kind of why I'm thinking a group might be like and it would be like a super affordable way to do that. And it might even end up being better because we can all grow together. If you're interested in that, email me. That's the only way. Don't comment, nothing. You have to email me and with your handle, because I need to check you out to make sure you're not crazy. And then we can email back and forth.
Where's your email listed?
My email is in my link tree.
Okay, so we have
questions.
We have several 5-year-olds.
5-year-olds, you're learning to read.
Here. Yes. So.
We love our 5-year-olds.
Ashley Villegas says, "How do I begin with homeschooling? My daughter is about to be 5. She's in TK but can read, write."
Yeah. Oh, nice.
So that's one. We have another Tay-boy mom 3. How do I get my 5-year-old to understand and grasp letter sounds?
Letter sounds, yes.
Do it.
Okay, wait, can we just stop for a second?
Yeah.
Just for everyone who has a 5-year-old or an emergent reader, you need to be using an Orton Gillingham based approach to teaching reading. Okay, Scott and I, we ran our center. We did reading remediation for years and years and years. You have to have a phonics-based approach to teach your children to read. If you just Google Orton Gillingham homeschool curriculum, a bunch will come up. So I can't encourage you enough to make sure that you're not doing tons of sight words, flashcards. That is not teaching a kid how to read. That is teaching a kid how to memorize. They have to be able to decode. Okay? So, in fact, the Orton Gillingham approach was created for remediation, specifically for dyslexics. But what we found out through the research is that this is how people used to learn to read, but all the progressive educational people who think they're so smart changed everything about 30 years ago. And now we have only 37% of high school seniors who are able to read at a proficient level. And so now they're backtracking and saying, oh, wait, no, we do need to do a phonics-based approach to reading. Duh. Like, we had it right for the thousands of years before progressive education came into, oh no, I'm getting an attitude now. This always happens on my lives. I get myself worked up when it comes to, I don't even know what. If you guys have been on my lives, I get worked up over all sorts of things. I do get worked up over teaching kids to read. So make sure your program is Orton Gillingham. Someone can write it because the spelling is a little weird. Someone can write it in the comments.
I got it.
Yeah. So.
And the other fifth grader here. How do I get Ocha Alijo? How do I get started? I don't think my son will listen and see me as his teacher. He's in kinder now.
Okay, so here, he does. Well, I mean, he probably does. Here's the thing about teaching. Did you not teach your child how to eat, how to walk, how to talk? We naturally are our kids' teachers. Our society has told us that as soon as your kid turns 5, you are no longer qualified. That's society. Women have been teaching their children for thousands and thousands of years. It's only in the last 150 years that women have been told you are qualified only until your kid is 5. Then you need to hand your kid over to the professionals. I'm sorry, teaching a kid to read is not rocket science. And homeschooling kindergarten is done in like an hour or less. Like, I just get so hot under the collar over, I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying that, and if there is a relational issue with your 5-year-old, that's a parenting issue. That's not going to be a teaching issue. And I'm not saying you have a parenting issue. What I'm saying is that homeschooling is a combination of resourcing really great materials, but also to make it life-giving for you, it's also working on your parenting so that you can have a harmonious relationship with your children and your children can have harmonious relationships with one another. Is it perfect every day? No. But what I am saying is that you can easily make homeschooling miserable if you're not on like a parenting growth plan. Take it from me, okay, from my mistakes. Anyone else feel like they kind of were homeschooling in a miserable state for a while and then had to like work on something? And I don't even know what that is. And I don't mean to overstep because I'm not saying you have anything wrong with you. I'm not saying that. I'm mad at society. I'm mad at society for telling women that they're not qualified. That's what I'm all about. Okay.
Clark 6+1.
Hi, Clark 6.
Unrelated to what you're talking about right now, what's the history curriculum you said you use?
Okay. Yeah, so the history curriculum I use is called Beautiful Feet Books. I have been in love with them since the beginning. And I have it's in my link tree. You know, you can get a coupon if you want to use it. But I really believe in a living books approach to teaching children history. I do not use textbooks when I teach my kids history. We crack open living books. We get immersed and lost in amazing stories, and we have incredible discussions that challenge our thinking, that challenge society's thinking, and that really just get at some hardcore issues. So what I love about Beautiful Feet books is, for example, in their K-3, which is excellent, it's their U.S. history for K-3. One, you do all the family together. You can do above 3rd grade anyway with it. I do. You do the whole family together. History is not something that should be grade leveled. No, you join as a family and you do think like one room schoolhouse. So that's one thing that's wonderful about what Beautiful Feet does. And the other thing that I love about them is that they have made sure to show the different perspectives of history, and they honor America, but are also really honest about our failures. And I think that is really important in a history curriculum. So You can check them out. Just if you go to my link tree, you can just go to their website. It's not like you are committed to buy anything, and check them out. This year I'm in the Around the World one because I've already done the US history. Yeah.
What's going on 720? Started using it with my kinder. We love it.
Good. Oh, good. Anybody else using Beautiful Feet books in here? I just love them. I've used them forever. Yeah. And by the way, the reason why I have a link and a discount code is because I went to them. You know how like brands approach content creators and like, hey, will you make commercials for me? I say no to everybody pretty much. But for them, I went to them and said, hey, I really want to let homeschoolers know about living books and what an incredible job you do. So they agreed. So
What's going on says they're great for geography too.
yeah. Oh, their geography is fabulous. And they have a brand new curriculum that I am salivating over. It's called Seasons of Field, and it is their nature study. And I seriously, like, I bought a nature study. I'm not going to tell you the brand. I bought a nature study this year that I hate. I didn't know they were coming out with Seasons of Field. So, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'll probably buy it in January.
Let's see. All right, so product of greater grace.
Hi, product of greater grace.
How do I go about doing homeschool for my children? And Daniela Housey, how do I start the journey with a 3-year-old?
Okay, let's talk about first anyone in here who's considering homeschooling. Grab my guide. It's in my link tree. This is 26 pages. 26 pages. It's not one of those lame freebies. I hate those. I think they're manipulative. This literally is an ebook that I could sell, but I don't want to. It is the 6 steps of having to start homeschool. The other thing that's in here that could benefit moms who've been homeschooling a couple of years is I have a whole section in here on how to do a loop schedule. If you don't know what a loop schedule is, would you get my guide? A loop schedule has saved my homeschool. So just want to let you know that. And then someone else has a 3-year-old who wants to start. That's preschool. Just pick a gentle, play-based. You don't need a preschool curriculum. I just want to put that out there. I always did use a preschool curriculum because I'm a busy person and I just want to be told what projects to do. I don't want to like spend 5 hours on Pinterest, like figuring out what to do. If you like that kind of thing, do it. But I generally prefer curriculum. This is why I love Beautiful Feet books. Is like, it's literally like, here's the link to show the video, right? And I just what is that called? Screen mirror, right? Yeah, I screen mirror and I show my kids the YouTube video that was just right in there that they told me to use. And so just use a gentle play-based preschool curriculum and get into early counting and early phonics, but don't stress yourself out.
Mill Mama 29, are you going to do a Zoom group meetup?
Yes. Yeah. So about something I mentioned earlier in the live that I'll just mention quickly again is that I am thinking about, people have asked me to start a group, a community where we really get to know each other. And in that community, what I'm thinking so far is that we would at least have 1 or 2 Zoom meetings that are thematic, like in February, having a what to do, like training, what to do when you're feeling burnt out. Here, let's do these, where I'm showing up with you on Zoom. And then we would also be in community and you would get tons of resources in that community as well. If you're interested in being in community with me, please email me. That's the only way you're going to get a response, and it's the only way you're going to get an invite because I am not opening this up to the public. I want to do it right. I want a small group of people that are with me, hammering this out, figuring out what you would need, how I can do it, how I can deliver. So it's going to be a private start. And if you want to be invited to that, please email me, and my email is in my link tree. But it's a way to solve the shortcomings of my consultations, which are expensive. The reason why my consultations are expensive is because I use about 3 to 4 hours outside of the actual consultation to work on that particular student's profile, if not more, if there's more kids in the family. So I'm not charging too much. It's a lot of time. And then the shortcoming of the lives is that I don't actually know you, and I want to know you. My email is in my link tree. For those of you who are asking, my email is in my link tree, and just say, hey, I want to talk about the group, or I want to be invited, or include me in the conversation. I don't even care what you say, just mention the group, and then I'll know to email you back. But it's invite only. So you're not going to get invited if you don't email me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to check you out first to make sure you're not crazy. You're not crazy, right?
I feel coaches judge me even at extracurriculars because
Ugh.
of homeschooling. Any advice?
Oh my goodness. Let them judge you, girl. Just prove them wrong. One day your kid will be the CEO of the company that their kid's applying for an entry-level job for. Like, no, I'm not dismissing you. It's super hard everywhere you go to be judged. It's funny because this week I was accused of homeschool moms having a superiority complex. And it's funny because everywhere we go, we're on the defensive. We're constantly judged. We're constantly having to explain ourselves and say, no, my kid is socialized. No, my kid won't be behind. All the while, we're totally freaking out about those things in our own heads. We're totally worried. Does my kid have enough friends? Is my kid going to fall behind? We're worried about those things ourselves. And so it's like our choice is not an easy choice. It's very countercultural. So yes. The other thing I want to encourage you guys about, and I did a post on this last week about socialization. And this pertains to your experience with the coach who's just judging you. Our kids are going to look different. It's kind of the point. There is nothing about our children's educational experience that is like other kids' educational experiences. There is nothing like our kids' social experience with homeschooling that is similar to a child's social experience in conventional schools. Why would we want our kids to be like them? Why does the coach want your kid to look like all the rest of the kids on the team? If someone came from a foreign country and knew no English, would that coach be like talk about their culture in a negative way, like somehow that child should be assimilated? No, they wouldn't do that. They shouldn't do that. Homeschooling is a separate culture, and it's kind of the point. And so there's gonna be people who are just judgy and mean about it, and that's a choice you have to make. This is how I would approach it. Maybe it's worth being on the team. Maybe he's putting you over the edge because there's enough other judgy, he or she, there's enough other judgy people in your life where you're like, this one is not worth it. It all depends on your particular bandwidth, how many of those naysayers are in your life as to whether like you stay on the team, or maybe there's other reasons why you need to stay on the team, or maybe you need to leave. But it's really, really hard, and it's never going to go away. I'm trying to wave the banner, and I'm stopping at nothing. Like, I want to change the way society feels about homeschooling, and I'm not going to stop. But it's an uphill battle for sure. Yeah.
Lavish with Candace. Do you state test your kids?
Mm-hmm. In the state of Colorado, we have to test our children every odd year. And we use the same standardized tests that all the other kids in the United States use. Mm-hmm. And that is why we have really good statistics on how homeschoolers do. People think, oh, it's because homeschool parents are fudging the numbers. We are literally administering the same tests because a lot of states require it. So, yeah. And our kids score 30% better than conventionally schooled kids.
Lisa Poole. I've had friends
Hi,
that
Lisa.
I've had for 20 years that told me my kids will be weird. I think she's homeschooled for 20 years.
Oh my goodness. Okay, what's your secret?
Lisa Poole.
Lisa, how did you handle it? How did you get your thick skin? Help the other moms in here.
The Dia Tonduo.
Can you guys hear Scott?
I'm not a mom, but plan on homeschooling my kids one day. How do you afford it? And Kalia Party Faces. How to make money while homeschooling?
Okay.
How can we afford homeschooling?
Okay, so those are, how do you afford homeschooling? Those are kind of together. Like, how can you, a lot of homeschool moms have side hustles. We moved. We were in Southern California and we moved. So, not only, no one really homeschools where we were from. We were very urban Los Angeles. So all of my friends went back to work and I didn't want to. And at the time I wasn't doing what I'm doing now. But we moved. I'm not saying you have to. There's a lot of things you can do to be able to afford it. On average, homeschooling costs about $1,300 per year. It does not need to. Also, keep in mind that $1,300 per year that is on average, that the more kids you have, the less that is because you reuse your resources. There's also free curriculum out there that you can use to homeschool your kids. And really, all you need to homeschool your kids is a library card and a couch and a mom or a dad. So, and you will do it better than the conventional schools. So be encouraged in that way. But yes, so generally speaking, homeschooling does cost money. But for those of you who have pulled your kids out of public school, I want you to comment right now how much you think you paid per year in fundraising. Maybe your school, even public school, had uniforms, all the commitments, the hot lunches, all of that. I want you guys to say how much you think you spent per year on your kids, even being in public school. Because when you weigh that in, it's like that $1,300 seems like a lot, but conventional schools aren't free. There's a lot of money. School supply, like I don't buy nearly the school supplies that I remember getting growing up. All of my kids don't get a brand new wardrobe every September. They get new shoes when they need new shoes. They don't get new shoes every September. So just in clothing alone, I feel like I make up a lot of that cost. So,
yeah.
But I want to hear your comments on that.
$3.
Are we getting a lot of comments?
$3 a day for lunch now.
Yeah.
Madison says private school has cost us so much.
Yeah.
We use Killer Queen. We use K-12 as a guide and supplemental. It's free or $99 a family for record keeping.
Yes. Yeah, K-12 is a free option. The Good and the Beautiful is also, they offer a lot for free.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We do field trips weekly and still spend less than $1,000 a year. And
yes.
We do a lot of free field trips. That's Sarcastic Conservative Mom.
Sarcastic Conservative Mom. Did you guys hear that? Look at the comments. Look at how there's so many hacks to save money when you're homeschooling. And you reuse curriculum. So like you buy math for the firstborn. And then if it's a program that you like, then you just reuse it, right? Or I don't like making a lot of photocopies, so I do rebuy the workbooks. But it's nothing like buying the teacher manual, the work that first year. So, yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm so fancy. Paid more as a teacher buying
Hi, Kendra.
stuff for my students.
Oh, Kendra was a teacher, you guys. She's just said that she spent. You're doing well. We've been on the phone, her and I.
It's Kelbell. I'm
Hi, Kelbell.
homeschooling my preschooler right now,
yes.
but I need a lot more patience. How do I help myself?
Yeah, you're homeschooling your preschooler, but you need a lot more patience. Don't we all? No, preschool is really hard. And I don't know what parenting philosophy you ascribe to, but the good ones, the good parenting philosophies are about healthy boundaries and setting those boundaries. And, it's so funny because gentle parenting gets a lot of flack and authoritative parenting gets a lot of flack and whatever. And now they're renaming it as respectful parenting. What's so funny is when I've looked at all of those parenting styles, they're all really the same, just packaged differently. They're about respect and they're about responsibility and not warning. That's the one thing that I think at least drove me crazy before I got that under control with my own parenting is, like, don't make me count to 3, 1, 2, 3. Well, you're actually not even training your kid to do anything until you count. Like, does that make sense? So, and that can drive a person crazy. My favorite parenting book is Boundaries with Kids. I have it in my Amazon store. I love that book. I feel like it's really balanced.
Yeah.
It's good for everybody. It's good for any type of parenting philosophy that you have. And of course, our kids are humans. Our kids are humans that deserve respect, but so are we. We are humans too, and our boundaries can be violated by our children as well. And that's one thing that I feel like sometimes gets misinterpreted in the gentle parenting movement is the moms are miserable. But I don't think they're necessarily implementing it correctly in that case. I am not in any of the categories, by the way.
Alexis and Beach just
So don't put me in a box.
Just got that book at your recommendation.
Oh, good. I hope you like it. And email me. Let me know what you think about it.
Yep. Is that book by Henry Cloud?
Yes. Yeah, Cloud and Townsend. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Uh,
And they were super famous for the adult version that's just called Boundaries. That is an incredible book. In fact, I need to reread that book. Yeah.
Gianna Nicole, have you heard of unschooling? I don't know much about it, but I've heard a few people doing it.
Unschooling? Yes, unschooling. I talked about it earlier in the live. It's one of the 6 styles of homeschooling. If you want to understand the homeschooling styles a little bit better, grab this guide. It's 26 pages. It is not one of those lame freebies. Like I said earlier, I feel like people that do those lame freebies, it's just manipulative. I don't do that. I will never do that. It's wrong. I have an ethical issue with being manipulated myself, so I will not manipulate other people. But I go through the styles in here. The other thing, if you have been homeschooling a while and you don't know what a loop schedule is, grab this guide. I go through loop scheduling in there too. Loop scheduling has saved a lot of homeschools.
Brittany.
Hi, Brittany.
And hey, Mrs. Antoine. Great lipstick. Share the details.
It's Revlon. Do you want me to go into the bathroom and get it? I'll run into let me go get it. It's this, you guys. It's matte, light. Oh, wait, those influencers. Wait. Are you ready for me to pretend? Okay. Look at my lipstick. And they put their hand behind. Why do they do that, by the way? Is it because it doesn't focus? Is it because it doesn't focus if the hand is not behind? Okay, so it's Revlon, you guys. It stays all day. I don't have to replenish it. I do put a gloss on top. I put kind of an expensive gloss on top. Do you want to see the gloss? It's to help focus. Okay. All right. So yeah, this is just Revlon. And I don't necessarily only buy cheap makeup, but I saw this color. And I believe in how you're like, your colors, your summer, winter, fall, like you should wear colors that complement your skin tone. I actually believe that stuff. And I'm a winter. And so when I saw this color, this dark berry, I was like, that is a really good lipstick for a winter. I'm a winter. Anyway, do they want to see the gloss? No, they don't care about the gloss. They care about homeschooling. Anyway, but the gloss is kind of a pricey gloss that I think TikTok made me buy. So, yeah.
We should probably wrap up soon.
But, we have to wrap up?
MW somebody, were you ever insecure about possibly failing your children educationally?
Yes.
I'm so nervous to
Yes! Double tap. And that's a heart. If you still, even though you're homeschooling, you're nervous about failing your kid and not giving your kid what they need. Let's just all take a deep breath. You guys, I have been in education for over 20 years. I've been homeschooling forever. I still have days where I think to myself, did we do enough? Should I add this? Should I do this? Should I do this? Should I do this? I still do it. Here, I want to free us. And this is one of the things that we could do a theme in the group. Like how to make sure we are confident and know that we're doing enough. Okay, so here's the thing about, and the fancy term for what we're all going through is called deschooling. Have you guys heard of that term? That's the term for it. It's that we all need to deschool. It's because we were raised in the traditional system and we were taught that school needs to cover all these subjects and all these topics, and you have to be tested on all these things, and subjects need to be separated into discrete categories. You have to have math, literature, English, right? And what happens is And this was part of my deconstruction. What I realized is I'm helping all these kids get A's. I'm helping them study. I'm helping them cram. They're getting tested on Friday. Yay, they got the A. By Monday, they forget it. Like, our conventional school system treats kids like they're buckets to be filled. I'm going to say something pretty bold here. I can say this because I have been in the educational world for over 20 years. Most high school graduates are pretty dumb coming out of our conventional schools. The statistics support this. Only 37% of high school seniors are reading at a proficient level. A lot of them do not know how to reason. They do not know how to write proficiently. They are not competent in their rhetoric. But they have spent 12 years memorizing and regurgitating facts. And they have learned how to do school. They've learned how to please their teachers. They've learned how to check all the boxes, they've learned how to play the game. Were you a student who learned how to play the game? Because I was. I was a straight A student in high school, and I was not very smart when I graduated. I did not really learn how to be a student. I did not learn how to learn until college. I got to college, and my freshman semester, I got straight C's, and I was like, me? C's? Like, what? And it was because I did not know how to study. I got straight A's in a really good school district and did not know how to study. I skated through. I knew how to do it. So here's the thing that I want to encourage you guys with homeschooling. We are saying no. We are saying, you know what? That's not the train I want to be on. I want to be over here. I want my kid to have really great critical thinking skills. I want to teach my kid how to think, not what to think. We're over here more concerned with teaching our kids skills, how to learn, rather than regurgitating information. How do you go about that? It's actually a lot easier than over here. It takes a lot less time to do this over here. And that's one of the things that I also want to do in the group is like, yes, we're on this train here. Let's feel like we have community over here. And let's keep talking about these topics so that we can encourage one another, because I even have those days. There was a day last week where my junior hire was done with school in 2 hours. What did I immediately do? I immediately questioned myself. I literally do this for a living. I've been in education for 20 years, and I questioned myself. Why is he done so early? Oh my gosh, should I give him more? Blah, 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 blah. All that talk. So I feel like we need each other. We need each other to say, no. That's great that your kid was diligent and got the work done because he wanted free time, and now he's earned that, right? So anyway, that's the story. Did I answer that?
Yes, and overwhelming support for what you're saying.
Okay.
Overwhelming, and just so many questions we can't get to.
We can't get to the questions. See, this is why I want to do the group. If you want to be in community with me and get your questions answered and see me and me see you and to know you, I want to invite you to email me. The email is in my link tree. And we can start a conversation about possibly starting a community. I'm not going to start a community unless there's enough interest. And I'm not going to start a community that is just extra work for people, including myself. I will only start a community if it makes homeschooling easier and fills us up so that we can get through the next day. That is the type of community that I will do. And so I have some ideas as to how to achieve that, but I want to involve you in the conversation. So I'm inviting you. Email me, then I'll check you out to make sure you're not crazy, and then you'll get, anyway, so email me if you're interested in being in community, because I cannot answer all the questions on the lives, you guys. It breaks my heart. And then not everyone can afford a consultation because they take me like 4 hours outside of the actual consultation, so I have to charge a lot for them. And that breaks my heart, and so I'm thinking that the community might be a way. So if you're interested, email me like right now, and then I'll know. Yeah.
Bubbleth, will you involve Canadians in your community?
Of course. We love our Canadians, eh?
Amber Johnson.
Hi,
Where's
Amber.
your link tree?
My link tree is in my bio. So you go to my TikTok or my Instagram or anything, and it says like a little link tree link, and you click on that, and then there'll be buttons to push. Yes, my email is in my link tree, and the link tree is in the bio. So if you go to my TikTok page, my home page, you click on the link tree, and then there'll be an option to email me, and you can email me and say, yes, I'm interested in being invited to a possible group.
Honestly, parenting, LMAO. Aren't we all a bit crazy to want to homeschool?
Totally. We're totally all crazy. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right, guys, I gotta go. Guess where I'm going? Well, tonight we have a huge trunk or treat. That's going to be this carnival with the food trucks. I'm super excited because the food trucks are free. So yeah, I'm showing up to feed my 4 kids. No, they're pumped. They're pumped. And I've been wanting to do a post on self-care, but self-care, it's so individualized, and I gotta go. But I'm going to get a facial because, and I don't think self-care should always cost money, but for some reason that really fills my cup. And so about every 8 weeks, I go and get a facial, and that's where I'm going right now. So I'm going to take off all this makeup right this second and then go to get my facial. It's just in a woman's home that she turned her home office into a little place. So I'm going to enjoy that before I take my kids to the trunk or treat. So yes, self-care is very individualized. I've been trying to do a post on it, but it's so nuanced because people think self-care should cost money, and it shouldn't. It doesn't always need to, but sometimes it can, so it's tricky. Yeah, I agree with you. It is very nuanced and individualized. But anyway, that is what I'm doing. So I love you guys. I hope that you email me and you grab my free guide. It's 26 pages. Anything else?